Everyone seems to be putting gaming in front of everything nowadays. I mean, you have your gaming mice and gaming keyboards, that's pretty standard. Razer decided to make a gaming microphone. So the question is, what the hell is a gaming microphone? This is the Razer Seiren X, and it isn't specifically called a gaming microphone, but it's called a streaming microphone, and it's from a gaming company. And since streaming is 50% hot chicks and 50% gaming, I think this is about as close to a gaming USB microphone that we'll ever get. So what the hell makes it a gaming microphone? Well, does it improve my FPS when I game with it? So here we got CSGO running. Now we're gonna plug the microphone in. The FPS is here. We're gonna plug it in and see what happens. There it is, plugged in. You can tell, nothing's happened. No, then does it make me aim better? Nope, it clearly doesn't. Nope, okay. Does it at least have RGB LEDs that look really gamery and cool? It also doesn't really have RGB except for this little light on the back that tells you whether the microphone is muted or not, which you can't see because it's on the back. So what then actually makes the Seiren X a gaming microphone? Well, nothing. And therein lies the problem with the Seiren X, the crux, the main issue with the Razer Seiren X. It's not particularly good, it's not particularly special, and that's not factoring in the glaringly obvious issues that the Seiren X has. Now, one thing you might notice is that at the start of this video, I was talking to the microphone like this, which is how you're supposed to use a condenser microphone. Close to it like a radio DJ so that you get the best crisp quality audio. But after multiple takes and reviewing it on the computer, which has been a nightmare for me because it's 4 AM right now, I've realized that the sound is way too bassy on this microphone. Impossible for me to use if I used it properly. Let me demonstrate. So right now I'm speaking directly into the microphone. Oh yeah, by the way, for extensive sound tests, watch to the end of the video because I would have some extensive sound tests at the end of the video. And as you can tell right now, I'm speaking into the microphone. I've kind of leveled the audio so it's about the same volume despite me being closer to the microphone. And as you can tell, it's really low. And I'm not purposely making my voice lower. I just have a naturally rather booming low voice that's a bit hoarse. So as a result, my voice is just this low, grainy mess. And on this microphone, it just sounds like this big, boomy, bassy drum that's playing. It sounds like a low-flying F-16 jet overhead. You literally cannot hear anything I'm saying except the gentle rumble of my vocal cords. So when I use the Seiren X like I'm supposed to, it just doesn't work because the sound just becomes terrible unless I put some EQ and effects and all that on it, which I've had to do for the first part of the video, which I first recorded with me using this microphone normally. So if you were to use this microphone correctly and you have a low voice, you will come up with sound and audio that you literally can't use unless you have some audio engineering mixing knowledge, which kind of defeats the purpose of it being a plug and play friendly microphone. And by the way, it's plug and play friendly, so good on Razer, I guess. Number two glaringly obvious fault with the Seiren X is the stand. It's nice that they include a stand. It doesn't come with a stand, you know, like the 80-20-20 Plus doesn't come with a stand. But it's not the best stand ever. I would have preferred it if they went with a simple swivel design like the Blue Yeti or the Blue Yeti Nano, because this stand design is terrible. Yes, it's nice, it's metal and heavily weighted, which is good. And it has padding on the bottom to prevent kind of vibrations from entering the microphone. That's appreciated, definitely appreciated. It's got this ball and socket joint design for swiveling and adjusting the microphone's position, which is rather innovative, except for the fact that it's completely useless. A few reasons. Number one, its movement is very restricted, so while it's cool to move your microphone like a gear stick, it doesn't really allow you to move it into an optimal position to have the microphone as close to your mouth as possible, which we have since found out is actually a beneficial thing because it literally can't be used with the microphone close to your mouth, as we have just found out just now. And number two, because the stand is so short, that swivel is so restrictive, I have had to put the microphone on the box so that it's close enough to my mouth to get a decent quality recording to sound pretty good. Moving on to the next glaringly obvious fault with the Seiren X is the build quality. Yes, the stand is nice and heavily and weighted and all that stuff, but the microphone itself is this light mess. You pick it up and it just feels kind of cheap. Sure, maybe it's for portability, but it's this plastic body which I shall not touch because it will ruin the audio recording. The body itself is this light body that when you pick up just feels kind of cheap, which isn't very nice. I know it's a cheaper microphone than its main rivals, the Blue Yeti and all that stuff, but it is a Razer product, and Razer are kind of the masters of build quality. They're almost Apple-esque. I would expect them to have better build quality than this microphone, which honestly isn't that bad. Okay, in all honesty, isn't that bad. It's just I wish it could be. Number 4, big problem with the Seiren X is the kind of lack of common sense in its design and layout. So on this microphone, we've got a metal grill where you speak into, you've got a stand on the bottom, and you've got the plugs that plug into the bottom. You've got a micro USB port for plugging the cable in to your computer, which makes sense. You've got a headphone jack on the bottom so that you can plug in your headphones and monitor what you're speaking into the mic, which makes sense. But the only problem is that jack is facing downwards. So if you have a headphone that is reasonably popular, like the Audio-Technica M70X or the similar cable M50X or M40X, all very popular headphones, you literally cannot plug this cable into the microphone and monitor your own audio without unscrewing the entire microphone, because the stand down here is so short that there is no space for you to cram it in. Sure, if you bend it really hard and stuff, you can cram it in, but I don't want to be doing that to my cable, and I don't want to have to do that to my cable. So that's a big problem. And that's not the only common senseless issue on this microphone. The button and the control knob placement is just stupid. See, on the front of this microphone, instead of putting the controls where they should be, they've put a Razer logo, engraved the Razer logo in all black that you can't really see unless the light hits it in the right way at all. So instead of putting it in the front where they put a rather useless Razer logo, they could have put it in the top for all I care, but they put it at the front. They put the volume control button and the mute switch at the back, which is why you can see it as the audience from the camera and why I can't see it as the actual user. The volume knob and the mute switch are welcome features. I do appreciate them, but there is one problem with them. They're on the back, which means I can't see them. And the last time I checked, light doesn't travel through an opaque object like the Razer Seiren X, so there is no way in hell I can see them. And also, the mute switch has no physical indication as to whether it's on or off. It's not like a switch where I can feel, oh okay, maybe it's on the left, it's on the right, it's off. No, it is a button, and it lights green when it's on, lights red when it's off. That is an awesome thing, you know, it's nice, it's a simple feature, it gets the job done. The only problem is the light is facing to the back. I can't see it unless I look around, which means that 95% of the time I'm not going to be able to tell whether my microphone is on or off, which honestly gives me A, anxiety, so it's bad for health, and B, it's just plain stupid. Sometimes you might be wondering why your friends are ignoring you. Well, check the mute switch because you probably bumped it and you had no idea that it was muted. So yeah, common senseless design flaw. So therein lies the problem with the Razer Seiren X. It's not very special, and it's not very good. And yes, it is cheaper than the well-established Blue Yetis and AT2020 Plus, and still provides reasonably good quality. It's a plug-and-play experience that's easy to use. The thing is, this was released in 2017, and nowadays the competition is even fiercer. There's a Blue Yeti Nano that I think sounds better than the Razer Seiren X. You know, you can get a Blue Yeti secondhand, get really good for about the same price as this, if you're okay with secondhand microphones. You can get a Fifine or a newer USB microphone from Amazon for like 30-40 USD. That is not that much worse than this, which means that extra like 50 bucks you spend on this microphone frankly isn't worth it compared to those mics. So you end up in this position where the Seiren X just isn't that much of a good idea. It's not bad. It sounds pretty darn good, but it's not special, and it's not so good that, you know, it really undercuts the big hitters, and it's not so much better than the cheap ones that it justifies spending 50-60 extra USD over the Fifine and the newer kind of ultra budget microphones. So there's that for the Razer Seiren X. Not a bad microphone, don't get buyer's remorse. A, if you have a bassy voice, look elsewhere, and B, if you have half a brain, look elsewhere. I have a giveaway going on right now. If you want to take part in the giveaway, it's a gaming headset. It's pretty good. Subscribe to this channel, follow me on Instagram, join my Discord, link to the description below. All there, very, very simple. And if you enjoyed the video, well, thanks for watching so much. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. See you guys next time. Time for some technical sound tests. So for the technical sound test segment of this video, which is kind of the epilogue, I shall be reading off Razer's own brochure. And I will also be reading a part of my Blue Yeti, which is over there, but because my Blue Yeti is all the way there, I think it's just better if I didn't have to record that too on camera. Blah blah blah. Okay, let's do the voice test. So for about 15 cm from the microphone, kind of normal voice, we're gonna read the Razer advertisement. It's time to get seen and be heard. Streaming is one of the fastest growing entertainment platforms in the world. It's engaging, competitive, and connects people no matter where they are. The Razer Broadcaster line features products specially engineered for streaming. Whether you're looking for a microphone with a specialized recording pattern or a desktop camera that professionally illuminates your broadcast, you'll find just what you need to take your broadcast to the next level. Now I'm going to speak close to the microphone. It's time to get seen and be heard. Streaming is one of the fastest growing entertainment platforms in the world. It's engaging, competitive, and connects people no matter where they are. The Razer Broadcaster line features products specially engineered for streaming, whether you're looking for a microphone with a specialized recording pattern or a desktop camera that professionally illuminates your broadcast, you'll find just what you need to take your broadcast to the next level. Now, I'm going to do it with like my low YouTube voice. It's time to get seen and be heard. Streaming is one of the fastest growing entertainment platforms in the world. It's engaging, competitive, and connects people no matter where they are. The Razer Broadcaster line features products specially engineered for streaming. Whether you're looking for a microphone with a specialized recording pattern or a desktop camera that professionally illuminates your broadcast, you'll find just what you need to take your broadcast to the next level. Now I'm going to go close to the microphone and you're going to enjoy some bass. It's time to get seen and be heard. Streaming is one of the fastest growing entertainment platforms in the world. It's engaging, competitive, and connects people no matter where they are. The Razer Broadcaster line features products specially engineered for streaming. Whether you're looking for a microphone with a specialized recording pattern or a desktop camera that professionally illuminates your broadcast, you'll find just what you need to take your broadcast to the next level. Okay, now I'm going to read this once on the Yeti, and I'm just going to show you how much better the Yeti is, and that the Yeti is worth the extra premium over this microphone.